Hey, I'm Theo and welcome to my 1 minute card reviews where I review every card in 1 minute or less. Now, I won't be wasting your time with endless intros, so let's jump right in with the very first card, which is the Infested Breath. A 2 mana, 1 blood rune, deal 2 damage spell, summon a 0-2 leech, and the leech is a bloated leech, which is a 0-2 beast. At the end of your turn, your hero steals 1 health from the lowest health enemy. So pretty important to note that is the last part, the lowest health enemy, because that means you often know where the damage is going and what it steals, and it won't just be a random damage, because that's a lot worse. But yeah, this card, it's alright. It's deal 2 damage and get an O2 that does something. It's nice to get the extra health for your hero, right? Maybe if there's a 3 on the board, you hit it with this one, it steals the health, and you may gain 1 health, get an O2 and kill the 3-3. So it's pretty solid. But also, yeah, if there's not anything great to hit with this, and it's not amazing, like you get an O2 minion that deals 1 damage a turn and yeah, heals you for 1. It's not a card that's particularly hard to kill or has a huge impact, but it is deal 2 damage with a nice upside, so we're giving it 2 stars. Then we have another Leech card, which is the Sanguine Infestation. A 4 mana, 2 blood rune cards. Draw 2 cards, summon 2 0-2 leeches. So again, the same leeches as here. We'll have 1 more card that upgrades these leeches. And yeah, I mean, it's draw 2, which is like worth 3 mana. And then you get 2 leeches for yeah, 1 mana basically. I mean, again, just like the first card, it's not amazing. It's nice, you get 2 leeches that steal 2 health, deal 2 damage. But just stealing 2 health for 4 mana and drawing 2, it's not amazing. Like, the draw is nice, but I feel like there's better draw cards. And then the leeches, it's like annoying, but it's not too hard for the opponent to deal with, and they don't have too big of an impact. But it is a draw card with a nice little upside, so I'll be giving this 2 stars as well. Then we have the Hideous Husk, a 6 mana 3/5 undead beast for 1 blood rune. Your leeches steal 2 more health from their victims. Battlecry, summon 2 0-2 leeches. So again, this is the card that upgrades your leeches, so this is not a permanent effect, it's just when this is on the board. So that means by itself, it's yeah, 6 mana, 3/5 with 2 0-2 minions that deal 6 damage and heal up to 6. Because you gotta remember, when it steals, it should work like the X-Trade Warlock reward, where, yeah, if there's only 1 health on a minion, it can only steal 1 health from it. So you only gain 1 health and not 3, so it makes it a bit worse, because yeah, unless there's exactly 3 health minions on board or 6 health, or there are no minions, you just hit face with it. It's maybe not going to steal the maximum amount. Like, there's some small tokens here and there. It's just not going to steal that much health. But yeah, it is a must-kill target. It makes all the other leeches better. But having a 6 mana card that deals 6 damage, potentially heals 6, spread over 3 bodies, that's not that terrible, right? I don't think it is that terrible, so I'll be giving it 2 stars as well. Then let's start with the first 1 mana card, which is the Monstrous Mosquito. A 1 mana 1/2 beast. At the end of your turn, give your other minions +1 attack. So this is a card that gets played in token decks, and it has no rune requirement, so that's quite nice. And yeah, it is a 1 mana card that just makes your board better every turn. So it's a 1 mana card that's almost a must-kill target, because if you can leave these kind of cards up, it can start to go bad pretty fast, especially with the bigger boards. And yeah, well, of course, it is at the end of your turn. Yeah, if you have a couple of minions, it's like 1 mana 4/2 maybe, that you have to kill. And then you kill this, but the other minions get buffed, so that's really nice. And yeah, there's been a bunch of cards, right? 1 mana 1/2s that buff the other minions, and they've been quite strong. Well, of course, this card doesn't instantly buff them, which is the downside. It does work on any minion on the board that already was there. You don't have to play them after this. So it's not like Treasure Distributor, where it's just a 1/2 if you've played all your pirates already. I think it's pretty solid in an aggro deck. Can make boards pretty scary for just 1 mana, and I'll be giving this 3 stars. Then we have the Morbid Swarm, a 1 mana, 1 blood rune, 1 unholy rune. Choose 1 spell, summon 2 1/1 ends, or spend 2 corpses to deal 4 damage to a minion. So let's go for the second part first, which is, yeah, deal 4 damage to a minion, and you have to spend 2 corpses. Yeah, that's not that great. Again, I've said it in other reviews, but we've had Fistful of Corpses, and that's been not even played that much, even though it could often be just 1 mana, kill any minion. And in this one, you have to spend 2 corpses, and which is not an upside, so that part isn't amazing, but it is nice to have it as an option, just get rid of maybe an important minion. Because that first part is actually quite nice, which is just summon 2 1/1 ends. It can work nice with the previous card. Play this, then play the other one, and you get 2 2/1s and a 1/2 that the opponent wants to kill. And yeah, just always, right? 2 1/1s for 1 mana. It's always been good. Like, I think every card that has done this has seen play. So I think it's a pretty solid card overall, one of the better choose 1 cards, and I'll be giving it 3 stars. And then we have the big new legendary for Death Knight, which is Nithendra. a 7 mana 7/7 Undead Dragon for 2 Unholy Runes, Taunt, Death Rattle, split into 1/1 beetles. At the start of your turn, reform with any remaining. So then you get these Nitheneric beetles, and then based on the number of beetles that are alive, it reforms again. So if there's 4 beetles alive, then it becomes 4/4 Nithendra that then can split into 4 beetles again, and so on until all the beetles basically have been killed. Now, I don't think there's a great way to cheat this card out. So yeah, mostly on turn 7 you'll play this, and then you get a 7/7 with Taunt, which isn't great. But yeah, you do get up to 7 beetles, which can be quite nice. Your opponent has to deal with it, of course, so kill a big minion and then have an AoE. The downside is that, if you play other minions, you get less beetles back, and then the only upside from this card is that, if it reforms, you get more extra stats, and that's really it. There's maybe some Death Rattle synergies with this, like you can res this as Death Rattle, it's quite nice. I feel like maybe there's some potential within the future though, so I'll be giving this 2 stars. Then we have Rite of Atrocity, a 1 mana Unholy Rune spell. Discovered Undead, spend 2 corpses to give it a dark gift. So yeah, Discovered Undead, it's not that great. We know from the Headless Horseman, there's quite a few bad Undead cards that you kinda don't want. But yeah, you do get that dark gift for the 2 corpses. So you can't really play turn 1 maybe, but after that it's quite nice. There's not too many corpse spenders, I think, so should be relatively easy to play this somewhat early on, besides turn 1, turn 2. And yeah, there's quite a few good dark gift cards. So you can see here the options. Like, of course, there's Charge, which can be nice. Maybe, like, get Reborn or summon a copy of it. So there's quite a few nice ones. But yeah, I feel like the Undead pull just isn't that strong, which really brings this card down. But it is a 1 mana Discover card with a very nice upside. So I'll be giving it 2 stars. Then we have the Grotesque Runeblade, a 2 mana 2/2 weapon. 1 Unholy and 1 Blood Rune. Battlecry, if the last card you played had an Unholy Rune, gain +1 attack. Repeat for Blood and +1 durability. So if your last card was a Blood and an Unholy Rune card, this is a 3/3 weapon, which is the best thing this card can do. And yeah, I think that's pretty alright if you get it, right? The 2 mana 3/3 weapon. But it needs you to play an Unholy Rune and a Blood Rune card before that. And yeah, there just aren't that many cards that have that rune combination. The one card, of course, we saw earlier was the 1 mana Choose 1 spell. So that can be nice, play that on 1 into this on turn 2. But I think that's literally the only time you want to be playing this card. That is just way too inconsistent. And then, yeah, later in the game, you just have 1 Unholy Rune or a Blood Rune card. Yeah, it's not really worth playing to get a 2/3 or 3/2 weapon. You play another card. This is just a 2/2 weapon before. Like, you have to really order this card correctly for a rather mediocre card to get. So I'll be giving it 1 star. Then we have the Corpse Flower, a 3 mana 2 Unholy Rune card, 0/5 Undead. After your opponent summons a minion, spend 2 corpses to deal 3 damage to it. So this is summons, so it's any minion that gets on the board through Death Rattle or Reborn or just playing it from hand. And then you get a 0/5 on board that basically requires your opponent and to play minions that this can hit. And then you need to have the corpses. But thinking more about this card, yeah, it's really grown on me. Like, I initially thought there was going to be like no situation where to play it, but it feels like it's a card that's going to be really annoying to face if you just don't have a great way to deal with it. It's just going to keep killing your minions. But yeah, it is a 3 mana 0/5 that requires your opponent to do something, so it is quite situational. But I feel like, there's a bunch of situations where you do want to use it against decks that really play for board with smaller minions. So I think this could see some play, and I'll be giving it 2 stars. And then the last card we have is the legendary Wild God Ursoc, a 9 mana 6/14 beast. Battlecry, attack all other minions. Death Rattle, resurrect any list killed. So this can be both friendly and enemy minions that you get on the board. So this card can just be a board clear while building your own board. Doesn't need to have a certain specific board, like if there's a bunch of giants on board, obviously this kills nothing besides itself, and then it's pretty bad because it is a 9 mana card. And yeah, if you want to have a playable 9 mana card in a deck in a class that doesn't ramp, yeah, it needs to be pretty damn good. And yeah, I'm not sure this is that good. Kind of situational, right? It's like sometimes it's great when there's like a perfect board where you just cleared our whole board. But again, it is a 9 mana card, and yeah, it is very situational for where it's good. So it feels like something that is not going to see play most games you play it in. Though, yeah, there are the high rolls where this card can be absolutely insane. I just feel like there's no, it's not going to happen very often. So I'll be giving this card 2 stars. So that is it for all the Death Knights cards, as you can see here. What are you looking forward to playing with? The Legendaries, the Leeches, or something else? Please let me know down in the comments below. Wednesday, I'll be posting my last review for Priest, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time.